What's up, Starcraft fans? This video is brought to you by Matesds, who is supporting me on Patreon. Pulse Cannon tier supporters are higher, guaranteed 1 feed redemption per month. This month, he requested something that I honestly can't do straight up. I had to finagle my way around this request on a technicality. I have to complete this challenge, beat either modded Dead of Night, modded Evac, or Donny Vermillion as second prestige Stukov. You know which map I'm picking. The best one, Donny Vermillion. So, mutators, I have to pick Fireworks and Maguro's Old Times with Baneling Scourge. So, I can use any mod that allows for the combination, and not Nexus Co-op, because the Stukov does not exist in that mod. So, we have decided to go for the Co-op Plus mod. However, when I opened it up, I realized that the mutator Old Times from Maguro is not in it. So I asked Matesds, and he said that if I choose the Co-op Plus as the mod, then I can ignore the Old Times requirement. So I will do that. The Old Times basically forces you to a Starcraft I UI with a maximum of 12 worker selection, or 12 unit selection, single building selection, no all army hotkey. That was painful. I did not want to add that to the Fireworks experience as the worst prestige in the game. So I played it several times and no progress, so I just do what I do best. Play it without having to talk over it. Also slowing down the game speed a little bit, but here's what happened. Hey. Here I'm trying to be all smooth with my OBS hotkeys that apparently don't work now, because of course they don't. So, as you can hear from the music, if you can hear the music, I did add Fireworks, but I thought I might as well complete the mutation, and also added lucky envelopes to the mix. So I will get shot at continuously by Fireworks, but I will also have lucky envelopes to give myself basically free money so I can refuel this machine. So as you can see, I did play the second prestige of Co-op Plus. Apparently that gives me a single free Banshee for the entire game. Hooray, apparently. So this Banshee is just here to prove to you guys, using its cargo bar, that I did play this prestige. I did fail that technicality. He did not say that I had to use the infested banshees in any way, shape, or form. So I will beat this map with this prestige, with those conditions and those caveats. Of course, flying around with my SCV collecting these pickups, not having to talk. Pretty liberating, so I can actually think about what to say instead of thinking of what to say and what to do at the same time, which is actually apparently more difficult than just doing one thing. Funny how that works. With this lucky envelope, yes, it does give you free money, but it splits your attention even further. So if I had to play this straight up, I would have to collect the resources on top of speaking, on top of playing the regular game, on top of having to dodge Fireworks. That is, as the kids say, not happening. So using that free money that the mutator affords me, the mutator lucky envelopes that is, I have already constructed the engineering bay, the barracks with the tech lab, and now under construction is the factory. Also, the expansion is a little later in this game. I figured the economy boost I get from the lucky envelopes is good enough that I can delay the command center a little bit without significantly sacrificing my later game. I would still be in a better position than it would be if I started without that mutator. By the way, as you can see, there is a way I am loading guys into this Banshee. I technically am using the prestige. I unloaded an infested civilian and loaded it back. So I am in fact using the prestige. So yes, I am not cheating that one probably very important requirement. I am using the prestige. I'm not just playing it, I'm using it. Of course, to beat the actual map, I will need good units. Like this Apollisk. Look at this Apollisk. It's big, it's biological, it's mechanical, it's armored, and it absolutely stomps through defenders of this here expansion, or at least would-be expansion if I can take it on time, which I will not be able to. Spoiler alert. I apologize for the spoilers. But yes, this is a good unit that I will use for this game. Because when you have a mutator like Fireworks, it is, and I am not kidding nor exaggerating, one of the most difficult mutators in the standard co-op game. By the way, I am in fact using the Banshee. Look, I'm totally using the Banshee with its extended range while cloaked to shoot this hatchery and open up my expansion. I am not just playing it on technicality, I am actually really playing the prestige. My actual unit of choice, the Diamondbacks, are now on the map. I have 4 of them. Meanwhile, the other good unit I have, the Alexander, is now destroying this attack wave before it has a chance to actually reach my base. That is probably something I want to do well, so that my workers will not get shot at by fireworks. That is, as the kids say, sub-optimal. Meanwhile, Alexander has crashed, very sad. Sometimes you just have to take the crash to save the base. That's just how it works sometimes. Next set of crystals have spawned. I set my Diamondbacks here, and all I have to do is kite these here Zerglings while the remainder of the infested from the Alexander draw their fireworks away. This is why I like the Diamondbacks. I don't need to rely on constantly outranging the fireworks. That will work if the enemy is Tehran, but the enemy is not only Zerg, but Baneling Scourge, so I will have to contend with both the Banelings and the free units from the Storm Hosts, and everything in that composition creating fireworks that I have to dodge. It is not easy. I did have to add lucky envelopes as a requirement, not as a luxury. There is a reason why Old Nor New Year has literally free money when it also adds fireworks, because that is difficult to contend with. And not even exaggerating a little tiny insy bitsy teeny weeny bit.
Your forces are under attack.
Meanwhile, I have cleared this base, so I can just walk my SCVs here whenever I need to. That is quite a luxury. That is a luxury, having a cleared enemy base. Lucky envelopes, not a luxury, a necessity in this game. Meanwhile, Diamondbacks are clearing out this here base. I also have to liberally use my Dudelings to clear out, to draw fire actually. I need the Dudelings to draw fire away from my Diamondbacks because, believe it or not, the Diamondbacks cannot out-heal the fireworks. Yes, they do gain health over time, but the time it takes to regen an infested Diamondback is too long if I take too much damage. So I would rather not take damage if I can help it. That's why I'm doing all this dodging. You can see I did put down the infested, or the Cymatter rather, at this location, so that the enemy will go for the infest instead of my mineral line. Until my Diamondbacks have returned, and now they are free to fly around here and protect the base. You can see most of the fireworks are going here. There will be some stragglers Unintentionally, of course. I will lose a bunch of SCVs here, including the one constructing the refinery. But all things considered, that is less bad. It's not better. It's not better implies that something is good. But this is less bad than having to replace every single worker
Our army be
and losing my army, like I will do here, because for some reason I blindly attack moved my army here. This is me trying my hardest, by the way. It is just the fact of the matter that it is pretty difficult to play optimally at 2 a.m. in the morning. It is also apparently difficult to grasp the concept that when I say 2 in the morning, I don't need to add the a.m. on top of it. Also, related to that fact, if I say 2 a.m., I don't need to add 2 in the morning. I can just say 2 a.m. or 2 in the morning. If I say 2 a.m. in the morning, I sound like a dumb person, which I probably am, all things considered, but hey, I think for a dumb person, I'm doing pretty well for myself, so, take that.
Dump this out.
Also, this overseer is, I was about to say, not dying, despite flying through all these fireworks. Eventually it did. It's just funny that it survived for so long.
Trust Donny Vermillion to get you the updates you need.
Part of the reason why I survived for this long, despite being as dumb as I am, is because I trust Donny Vermillion to get me the updates I need. Which you should too, by the way. It gets you very far in life, regardless of your circumstances. It's pretty good. Ooh, barbecue infested. Very sad. Meanwhile, the Apocalypse is cleaning this escort, or this... Escort implies that the thing it's guarding is moving. No, this is a swift guard. Aim on deployed guards. Need some forwards and centers if he wants to be truly effective. But the fact of the matter is, he did deploy guards. I said my infested colonist compounds infested to this location. Just do what they can. Meanwhile, my Diamondbacks are trying to dissuade this attack wave from coming into my base. They're trying to gently nudge this attack wave in the direction of anywhere else aside from a base. Just trying to talk some sense into Amon. Instead of enemies, we could be... Well, we could be enemies with Amon, or we could be the abuser while Amon is the victim. That's probably a more advantageous relationship for us to be in. And the best part is Amon's like an evil alien monster Zelnaga thing. Which means him as the abuse victim in this case is not so bad. Oh, look at that! The fact that the SCV chased this Diamondback to repair it made it walk out of the circle automatically. That is pretty fortuitous. That repair instinct literally saved that SCV, and that's the lesson for today, guys. If you help others, sometimes it really just does end up being you helping yourself. This is why you need to go out of your way to help others, peace and love and all that. Because ultimately, it will bounce back right to you. Ooh, that Alexander smashing that enemy comp was not kind to that patch of Zerglings, but what can you do? Sometimes you just crash a battle cruiser on top of a poor defenseless animal. It do be like that sometimes. Speaking of do be like that sometimes, it's 3 a.m. again. And here I am commentating on a video that the prompt for which I received 7 hours ago? Actually, no. I can't math. Actually, it was 7 hours ago. All things considered, I did pretty well for myself. I did all those attempts in 7 hours. I figured out a way to do it. And I'm now recording the replay. It's not bad, considering I got the prompt 7 hours ago. And I had to play fireworks with a terrible prestige. I could have done much worse.
Our army be scrapped.
Yeah, I'm applauding myself. Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
We hooked this out.
Sometimes you just have to pat yourself on the back, you know. If nobody appreciates you, you can at least appreciate yourself. Because if you don't appreciate yourself, then you can't really expect anyone else to appreciate you, you know? The first person to love you should be, well, your parents. But after your parents, yourself.
Our army be scrapped.
You notice, by the way, that I'm just hovering right around the 100 supply. I am mashing the Diamondback button as hard as I can. With the exception of this moment because I'm relocating my factories. But as soon as I put them down, and remember that they exist, and remember that I'm actually playing an RTS game, I do mash the Diamondback button pretty hard. Attack wave on the way. So that how I like to deal with this attack wave is I absorb most of the explosions from the small units using this big ol' apocalypse. Meanwhile, my Diamondbacks, as expensive as they are, just kite back. Meanwhile, these free infested just waltz in and absorb most of the damage. So this is the reason why I couldn't just go for the first prestige. The first prestige will disable the infested colonist compound, which means no free infested for me to absorb all those hits. So yes, it is not just playing this prestige for its own sake. It technically has a use. Of course, its use case completely overlaps with that of no prestige in the beginning. But hey, it is still a use case, so I am still technically using the prestige. By the way, you can see the disabling clouds there. Half of them are mine. Amon used a bunch of disabling clouds using his Vipers, but I mind control those Vipers using the Stukov's Alexander, and I used Amon's own Vipers to disable and cloud his own forces. Pretty clever. This is where I want to go. And actually, the fact that this Alexander is here is very nice. It will crash on top of all of these. Look at that firework stuff. These Banelings will try to unalive themselves on the free infested spawn out of there. The infested also draw fire from all those fireworks alongside my doodlings, and that makes it safer. Not safe, but safer. I guess less dangerous for my Diamondbacks to be out on the map, dancing, prancing, dashing, dancing, prancing, vixening. Sure, let's call it that. I won't go any further though. These Diamondbacks, you can see they're damaged before being in the main army. That means I walked them into this base. Not the most skilled thing I've done today, but probably will not be the worst thing I've done. The worst thing I'll do for the day is go to sleep at probably 4 AM, wake up at 7:30 on 3.5 hours of sleep, and go to work being completely exhausted. And then complain that I don't get enough sleep to my wife, who has repeatedly begged me to go to bed. But it do be like that sometimes. I have to get this video up while I still can. It's not forever, you know. All things must come to an end. Why am I so wise these days? All things must come to an end. The video making thing is not forever. Believe it or not, Cop will probably outlast me. So I gotta make the videos while I still can, you know? You know, I was operating under the impression that the penalty, the duration penalty for these infested, will make them completely unusable in the usual sense, but actually no, they're still completely usable. Look at that. These infested still have over half their health bar, or their timer bar. It's just that I rallied them into the lava because I'm a monster like that. It actually turns out that I am the real fire-breathing monster. Who would have thunk? I bet that's a plot twist you never expected. Me being the Donny Vermillion lover that I am. That naturally means I'm civilized and cultured. And good looking, by the way. Try to say it with a straight face. I don't know if I succeeded. My Donny. It's probably easier to say things with a straight face at 3 AM. Things don't even register in my own head before I realize what I just said. Ultimately, we're 20 minutes into the video. Probably a good 10% of you guys are still left, so I think I'm good. I can say pretty much whatever I want to say. If you're still watching this video, thank you for still being here. I do appreciate you watching, or at least as long as I have actually played this torturous game and recorded it.
Our army be scrapped.
As a little Easter egg for you, I'll give you a surprise.
Do not be alarmed. This is only temporary.
And that surprise is that I live
Our
in the
army be
Philippines. Bet none of you caught that.
Enemy forces are moving towards our base.
Come on. Come on. There we go.
Cross the threshold of
Nom 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 nom.
And they're out of here.
That was one of the games of all time. I apologize, by the way, to Matesds. I did just very barely complete his request on a technicality. I do aim to go above and beyond every chance I can, but this was one of those times where honestly you guys should be happy if there's a video instead of no video at all. That's kind of my philosophy with my hair. Yes, hair is always better than no hair. In this case, yes, video is always better than no video. Unless the video turns out to be negative goodwill, which I hope this video is not. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea what else you do, please leave that in a comment. Let's actually see if we have a Maguro thing here. Do we have a Maguro thing here? See how many replays I've tried it. Let's see. Do we have... Oh. Okay, I see it on my OBS. You guys probably see it right there. I can't see it. So just... I actually can't see the overlay on my own. It's this weird sort of deal where sometimes it just shows up on OBS but not on my own screen. Yeah, I know. I don't understand it quite perfectly either. So you tell me, what do you see in the score screen? Do let me know, because I'm about to fall asleep. I'll see you guys next time.